Good morning, YouTube. I am making my tea this morning. I don't wake up unless I have this. So I just put a half a teaspoon of this raspberry herbal tea concentrate into my cup, and then the hot water makes it into tea. It looks like my tea is all ready. So I will be so much more awake after this. And it is actually my birthday. So my husband has a couple surprises for me, so I'm excited to see what they are. Hey, what you making over there? Okay, you gotta say it in English. What are you making?
I'm making birthday pancakes.
Aww.
Got chocolate chips and protein in it.
Nice, thank you. Ooh, they look so good. Finished products. They look so good. Hey, what are you plugging into the GPS?
They have secrets.
Where are you taking me?
Can't, no.
So it is my birthday, and husband over here is taking me on a surprise adventure. See?
Listen. Okay. Nope.
And I'm really excited. He told me I have to wear something warm, so I'm wearing my jacket, and hopefully that's warm enough. And
Should be okay.
that there's food, which I'm happy about. And that's about it. So here we go.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto Lindale Avenue South.
Happy birthday, Rebecca. Happy birthday to you.
Okay, so he says that we're close.
What do you see?
And I see a lot of people.
Oh, it's really busy.
It looks really busy. There are a lot of people walking around. And they're mini ponies. Oh, cute. Look, there's a bunch of mini ponies. Okay, there's a lot of people. What is this? Oh my goodness, there's so much stuff over there. Where are we going? Oh, this is our first date place. Our first date place was Pazzaluna. They have the best Italian food ever, and in the summertime, it's a cute little garden. And oh my goodness, their margarita pizzas, just saying, they're so good, and their calamari. And the Science Museum is down here. Oh, we're going to the Science Museum, or at least near it. It's somewhere down here. And we also went there on our first date because we are both science nerds. I'm a biology nerd, and he is an engineering physics nerd. So now we're gonna find a place to park. Ooh, you can see more. What's this? Cheese curds. This is not gonna be on my nutrition program today.
Walk around and eat stuff, but then we'll go to Pazzaluna.
Oh my goodness, I'm so excited! This is the best birthday ever. Look, this is the Science Museum. And they have a video on whales that is like at the huge Omni Theater. So it's like 3D. And so I'm so excited because this is like seriously the best day ever. I love the Science Museum. And I love Pazzaluna because it's our first date place and it is delicious. And we get to go to the Winter Carnival, which will be so fun. So, thank you, baby. I can already tell this is going to be a great birthday.
Love you, baby.
I love you too. We're walking back from Pazzaluna and we're heading to this beautiful winter wonderland. Look at this. This is so pretty. It's all these pretty lights. So this is the Minnesota St. Paul Winter Carnival. It's so pretty. Oh my goodness. And now we're coming up to the Science Museum. Good, aren't we?
Yes, the movie starts in 4 minutes. We have yet to get into the building. Oh.
We're going into the Omni Theater.
Really sneaky. It sounds like Star Wars is happening in here.
I'm so excited. This screen is like huge. Look at this. That's the screen that like curves up. Oh my goodness, look at this. So we just got done with our movie, and this is the view overlooking St. Paul and the river. Oh, so handsome. Okay, so before we get started, I just wanted to show you guys all the ingredients that I'm using for the cake. The first ingredient in this cake is 2 cups of sugar. So I'm going to be substituting with this raw natural honey. The next ingredient is 1 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm actually going to use this. It is gluten-free perfect flour blend, and it's by Namaste Foods, and I really like it. So I'm going to be using that, but I also my supplement cupboard. I'm also going to be doing half of that and half of this chocolate protein powder. This is Herbalife's Rebuild Strength, and it tastes so delicious. So that'll also boost up the protein content in your cake, and it'll also decrease some of the carbs. Then the next ingredient, it says 1 cup of Hershey's cocoa. So something that I've kind of experimented with that I really love is I do half of the natural unsweetened cocoa, and then I do half of the dark chocolate, and it just makes it really rich tasting, and it's so delicious. Oh my goodness, I'll never do it any other way. So that combo is really good. I just do half and half. The next ingredient on my list is 1 tablespoon of baking powder. So same stuff, just baking powder. Then it's a teaspoon of salt. So don't mind the jar. This is Russian. I don't know what it actually is, what the jar was for, but we grind up Himalayan pink salt into here, and so this is loose Himalayan pink salt. Otherwise we have, you know, the shakers that you can grind, but this is the loose stuff. So I'm going to be using that instead of regular white salt. Next ingredient on my list, 2 eggs. So I've got those here. We use the organic brown eggs, 2 of those. And then this one is one of my favorite substitutions, I have to say. So instead of using a cup of milk, I'm actually going to make my own milk. This is protein drink mix. So I'm just gonna put a couple scoops of this into water and shake it up, and it acts as a milk replacement that is high protein with not as much sugar as regular milk at all. And so this actually gives you 15 grams of protein, and there's like no protein in milk. So that is another fun substitution that can also make your cake a little bit healthier. The second to last ingredient is, it calls for a half a cup of vegetable oil. And this is so easy, you just use coconut oil instead. And then vanilla is the last ingredient, and that is, let's see, 2 teaspoons. The other thing you're gonna need is a cup of boiling water, so got my sink here. I'm just gonna heat it up, and that's what I'll use. So that's it. Those are all the ingredients that I'm going to be using for the cake. And yeah, so there you have it. Very simple, and let's get started. Okay, so now we are doing 1 tablespoon of baking powder. You want to make sure that it's really even. Press. And then we're going to do 1 teaspoon of the Himalayan pink salt. Okay, and then once all those ingredients, they're pretty much all the dry ingredients, once they're all in the bowl, you're just gonna mix them together. So we are all done with all the dry ingredients, so we're going to add some of the wet ingredients now. So stir together the flour, the cocoa, the baking powder, and the salt in a large bowl. And so we did that, and then we get to add our eggs, our milk, our oil, and vanilla, and we'll add the honey. Okay, next ingredient, we're adding our milk. So we're gonna go ahead and make our protein drink mix. First thing I'm gonna do is just fill this shaker up with water. Okay, so that's probably good. And then I'm just gonna put 2 scoops of this protein drink mix into it. So this is actually vanilla flavored, and oh my gosh, it smells so good. It smells like vanilla cake batter. So this is gonna be our alternative to milk. It's gonna be 15 grams of protein, although I don't think we're going to end up using all of it. Let's see, we end up using 1 cup. So it'll probably be like an extra 10 grams of protein, which is nice. So we're gonna screw this on here. Shake her up. And there you go. So we'll just measure it out like this. And then we're gonna do 2 teaspoons of vanilla. This vanilla is stubborn. There we go. Another thing that you're going to want to do is to coat your pans in coconut oil and flour. So my husband is doing that for me. He's so great. And then we'll do a 1/2 cup of coconut oil. So all I'm going to do is melt it because it is solid at room temperature. So I'm just going to melt it into a cup and then measure it to be a 1/2 cup. And then I'll add it to our mixture here. Okay, so the recipe called for 2 cups of sugar, and instead of that, I'm going to do 1 cup of honey here. Okay, so I got 1 cup of honey. I'm gonna just dump that in. That will also really help to kind of soften up the batter a little bit. And then I'm gonna add a couple little Truvia packets instead of that 2nd cup of honey. So let's say we got 1. I remember doing this last time when I made this cake, and it tasted so good. So I'm just not gonna do that 2nd cup of honey, and instead we're gonna save ourselves a few calories, and it'll also help to save the consistency of the cake a little bit too. So we're gonna mix that in. And already our batter is getting like so much creamier. Oh my gosh. I just want to eat it now. Oh, do we even have to bake it? Okay, so once all of the ingredients are completely stirred in, the last ingredient is a cup of boiling water. So all I'm gonna do is use my Keurig because that's an easy way to boil some water. And then while that's doing that, I'm gonna preheat our oven. So husband already got the pans ready, and the oven we want to be at 350. And so there we go. We're just gonna start it, and that'll get ready for us. We're all ready to go. Time to put our cake in the oven. Cakes, I guess. Oh man, that's hot. Okay, there's one. And there's two. And then I'm gonna set a timer. Let's see, a timer. It says 30 to 35 minutes. I generally like to go a little bit less, so I'm gonna do 25 minutes, just so that we can check them and see how they are. We'll put a little toothpick in there and see if they're ready to go. Just waiting. Meanwhile, I'm just gonna finish off the rest of the protein drink mix. It's so good. It's like cake batter milk is what it tastes like. It's so good. Okay, so I ended up putting the cake in for another 5 minutes, and now it's ready to be pulled out. Alright. Oh my goodness, it smells so good. Okay. Alright. There's cake number 1. Cake number 2. Wonderful. So I'm just gonna let these guys cool for a little bit, and then we'll throw some frosting on them. This is not in any way good for you, but since we made some substitutions on the cake, it helps us out a little bit. This is just regular frosting, and it tastes delicious. And I know that I'm not gonna have more than one piece, and so big deal, it'll taste good.
And so what if you like it?
Oh man, I might not share this with you guys.